Gilmore Girls.
Before you run over here, Warner Brothers Studios.
Sherman Oaks Galleria.
3:11 p.m. Buying lunch? Bigger than I thought she was. Well, welcome back everybody. It would appear we're going on vacation. Can't tell them where yet. We're at the Detroit airport. Let you know in a minute. So we have made our way to the airport. Gonna get some lunch, dinner, or whatever before we go. I'm sure I had to go get a bank loan to pay for that, or maybe Jenny will pay for that. You buying lunch? I'll pay for it. We're in Los Angeles, California for vacation, trying to find our shuttle to go get our car. What a massive city. Alright, good morning y'all. That's right, we are in Los Angeles, California on vacation. And this is day one. Got in last night. You know, I got some kind of a sucker for that old school stuff. First up this morning, look what we found. Yeah, a Sinclair gas station. You do not see them everywhere. Not only that, you look across the street, there's a car wash. Old school car wash sign. We're getting ready to go to Warner Brothers Studios for a tour, but we saw this place and had to stop because you know I'm a sucker for that old school stuff. Let's get moving. We have just made our way to Warner Brothers Studios. Here's Wonder Woman. Bigger than I thought she was. Who are these two? Where we're hanging out before we go on the tour.
Yes, okay, yes, I still got stuff. If you're on, like, just be honest with me, I'll share stuff. What else we got? Any classic fans? Casablanca, My Fair Lady, stuff like that. All right, cool. We got a little bit of everything around here. All right, cool. So I'll just give a good old tour. Welcome to our very first backlot of the day. This backlot is called Park Place. We call it Park Place for two reasons. One, we park our carts here, and two, there's a park here. So we're pretty honest with our naming conventions. This area was all built in the 1930s, and so these buildings have been here since. Most of the buildings you guys are going to see here today have burned down at one point or another, but the only building that has not burned down in our entire 102-year history is this brick building in front of us. But I'll talk about that one in just a second. Now, through these buildings on our left-hand side, you can see how thin they are. We have a lot. That was made by the Warner Brothers. Back in the 1930s, they moved in 1928 and started building out the lot. We had one here before that, but this is the first one they actually constructed under the name Warner Brothers. This building was used in a movie called Ocean's 13. In Ocean's 13, George Clooney would attend this casino quite a bit. This is Al Pacino's casino from that movie. And it was a big Chinese casino. All of this was converted into Fremont Street in Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Strip was right here in Burbank. Now down here is New York City. Now this is Hennessy Street. Hennessy Street was also built in the 1930s because the Warner Brothers, they kind of pioneered the genre of movie that is gangster films. Our biggest gangster film is a movie called Angels with Dirty Faces, and that kind of put us on the map in creating this new genre. Now, this whole section was built in the 1930s, but was rebuilt and redecorated in the 1980s for a movie called Annie. Now, Annie is about a redheaded orphan who gets adopted by a very wealthy family in New York City. And on our right-hand side is Annie's very first orphanage. Now, what's crazy is, a couple years later, they decide to remake Annie. So, they're not going to use the same building twice. They're going to move one door to the left. So this is Annie's second orphanage, right next door. Now, does anyone want to take a guess on where her third one is? To the left. This is 15 years of Annie's history right here in New York City, all right next door to one another, and we couldn't tell the difference. In Annie's second orphanage, Tom Cruise, in a movie called Minority Report, jumps on the back of a police officer on a jetpack. They are flying in and out of these windows, into people's apartments, left and right. Now, if you can see through these windows, you can see that they're in a building. Now, this is where Monica and Rachel kind of look at Mr. Van Dyke right down here, trying to get him on a date with Rachel, begging Monica to ask for her. Right next door, this is from Steven Spielberg's movie AI, Artificial Intelligence. This is the only practical set with multiple stories in it. Every other practical set we're going to see today has no second or third stories. It's just one floor. So they have room for lighting equipment and sound equipment. On our right-hand side is the shot from the movie Gremlins. In Gremlins, the father walks down the alleyway in front of us and purchases the first Mogwai here on the right side, or Gremlin. This same staircase is a staircase where Rory and Jess go on their first date in Gilmore Girls. This is where the subway station is. They walk down the same steps to go to the subway. Now, down in front of us is the actual alleyway of 10 Min Alley. Very young Kristen Bale comes dancing down the staircase on our right-hand side for the Newsies movie that Disney made back in the day. This is also where a lot of riots start in Gotham City. So in Batman, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin, specifically in Batman Forever, Val Kilmer dives off that back building back there, saving Robin from a bunch of neon gang members right here while he pretends to be Batman. Prince did his cover art for the album Purple Rain down this alleyway as well. He parked his motorcycle right up there. And on the same fire escape is a red door, and that's the exit stage left door that the lady is walking out of. Beyond that, the Rat Pack used this quite a bit, so Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin went down this alleyway quite a bit. And also my favorite thing to film down here is probably the most romantic kiss in cinema history. The upside down kiss between Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst came out of that alleyway. Now, that is a very fun story to tell, because, if you believe me, that kiss took 1 week to film. 1 week to film one kiss? Are you kidding me? Scene of Jason Momoa in an open pool of water, whether it was the ocean, whether it was a lake or anything, was right here on our left-hand side. It feels the most real. It feels the most real because, in all honesty, it is real. Everything around us is alive and taken care of by our greens department every single day. They trim the trees, they water the plants, they make sure it stays alive. Now, we're going to go inside what we call a practical set. I know it looks creepy, but it's meant to look that way, and we're going to hop inside right now. Alright, folks, welcome to our first practical set. You see how much room there is in here? Now, this driveway we're currently walking down, you've seen in the show called Gilmore Girls, it's where Rory gets a deer in her Jeep. And this is also where we helped finish the movie Jurassic Park. You see, in Jurassic Park, where this golf cart is right here, this is where the T-Rex was. Jeff Goldblum and Laura Dern were in their Jeep Wrangler about right here, and the T-Rex chased them up and down this road. As many times as they needed to film. So in the movie, we're driving out of Jurassic Park. It looks like they're going down. There's a house back here.
Be good for a horror movie, wouldn't it? Is it? This one right here?
This house right here was originally originally built for a movie called Arachnophobia. Arachnophobia covered this house in fake spider webs. I'll never come in the shade over here, it's hot. If you did not know, bamboo is a type of weed, it's very invasive. So, when you plant it, it kind of does this. And it will take over our entire jungle. Backlot. Now all of these houses you see here are all facades on the outside, but the inside's all TV shows and movies. Inside of every single house you see here is corporate office space. Every single building is its own TV show and or movie production office. On our left-hand side, building 185 is the production office for a show called The Sex Lives of College Girls. Right here on the left-hand side, head written by one of the stars of the show The Office.
Oh, yeah.
Now, even that garage back there is actually just a conference room. There's a big...
You'll see Midwestry on a lot of television shows. In fact, it was turned into all of Stars Hollow for the hit series Gilmore Girls. Now, it doesn't snow much here in Southern California, unless the art department brings it in by the truckload.
This is our famous gazebo. This is, like she said, Stars Hollow. This is a Riverwood from Pretty Little Liars. This is a bunker in a show called Fallout Season 2. This was a post-apocalyptic world. They made this what they call a vault in Fallout. This is East Texas, where Sheldon went to college. This is also from a movie called Norbit, starring Eddie Murphy. I've had a lot of people asking about Norbit recently, and that church was used in Norbit behind us. It was also used in the Annabelle movies. Of course, this whole area was Stars Hall, like I said, but they're currently setting up for a new show in here. This new show stars a man named Steve Carell, and is the Untitled College Project. We don't have a name for it yet, but Disney's been in here filming it for quite a while. Now, we have 110 acres here on the lot, which means we need our own fire department, which we have here on the left-hand side. This is the WBFD, Warner Brothers Fire Department, and 14 and 12 are the original sound stages. So 14 and 12 are the first two. The second two are 10 and 11 that we're about to pass. 14 is currently being set up for that college project. You can see a house inside of there. We have a talk show currently here on the lot. Her name is Jennifer Hudson. She's the host of that talk show. Jennifer Hudson is the youngest EGOT winner of all time. She's won an Emmy, a Grammy, an Oscar, and a Tony before anyone else has in their life at the youngest age. So she has a very own talk show here. And on our left-hand side, we're going to be passing her basically office. We'll see in just a second. Now, her offices are right here on the left-hand side. This is where they work. This is where they write questions, they plan, they do bits, they make the games that audience members are going to play. And then what they'll do is they will take a cart with the talent down to stage 3 right there. And in that stage is where she films the actual show. Her whole stage is 3 stages put together. So 1, 2, and 3 are all for the Jennifer Hudson show. It is such a big show, and if you ever want to be a part of it, it's completely free. It's on a website called oneiota.com. The number 1, IOTA.com. You can go on sitcoms, you can go on game shows, talk shows, go see movie premieres in LA or New York City. They're all free, and they're all lottery-based. You guys on tour is about the mountain in front of us. This mountain is the one we saw peeking through the jungle. And when we turn against this mountain, there is a rock formation that I'm going to point out to you guys in just a second. Come on down. So there's a second hump of this mountain. So there's the first hump, second hump. To the left of the wires there, that is a rock formation. It's a big stripe right there. That is the original Batcave from the 1966 Batman and Robin TV show. We would zoom in on that rock formation, and that would be the outside of his Batcave. The inside of the Batcave was at stage 15. I always thought that was cool. We're using everything around us. We did a horror movie here called Maxine, where Mia Goth plays 17 and 19. Those very drama-filled live shows happen right here on our lot. Those are interesting days to get tours because a lot of people come in and are crying. It's really hard to navigate. Now I'm gonna start heading off to our drop-off point, but I'll still talk to you guys while on the way there. On the right-hand side of stage 16 is the tallest soundstage in North America. It's 98 feet tall. They actually hand-cranked this building off the ground in the 1930s and built from the bottom down because they believed they would get back to production faster. It's currently home to Abbott Elementary. You can see the elementary school on the inside. Stage 21 and 22 are being used for our new show called The Pit. They just got renewed for their second season, and now I was not a hospital drama guy before the show turned on. And when I started watching it, I fell in love. I love the show very, very much. It's a new hyperfixation of mine. It's really fun and really cool. Inside 22 is an entire hospital. The entire hospital for the entire show is inside 22. The waiting room is in 21. So the patients will wait in 21, film them there, and then they walk across the street and go into the hospital right next door. Center Space 26, the 2.5 Men Legacy Stage. This is where that entire sitcom was shot. It's currently being used for a show called All American, and also The Comeback Season 3. Now, stage 48 is our drop-off point here. I'll get you there in just a moment. Some information on stage 48. It has the Friends Couch, the Cafe Burke set in there. It has the Big Bang Theory set in there. You can sit in a shelter spot if you really want. You want a green screen where you can ride a broomstick or the bat pod from the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. You can even try some ADR out like Tobey Maguire did in Spider-Man 1 in that building. After that, you will take a shuttle to Action and Magic. And in Action and Magic, you will see the Batmobiles.
That looks weird, eh? That ain't Martha? Exit through the gift shop. Luke's Diner. Dragonfly Dark Roast. $20. That better be good coffee.
Let's take a little piece of it though. It's warm.
So we just left the Warner Brothers studio where we went on that tour, which is, like I said, well worth the 75 bucks. We're on our way down to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and Ella come across this crumble cookie. So we're currently sitting in the front car carving up some cookies. I'm thinking this just might be lunch, but in a minute we're going to head down to the Walk of Fame and find a place to park and see what's happening there.
Not my favorite.
Well, that's going to do it for day one here in California. Guess you have to come back next time to see what's going on tomorrow. That didn't make any sense.
You're gonna have to check back in tomorrow to see what we're doing.
See you on the next one. Later.